so good to me. It felt weird at first.
She bears the dubious distinction of being born in the same place as our producer and director, Michael Geffner. Far Rockaway, Queens. Clap it up for Far Rockaway, Queens. Queens.
Go seahorses.
Seahorse.
The other side of Earth.
Wow.
Seahorses.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't go to high school there.
I like her.
Yeah. The difference is Geffner stayed there through high school and True moved out at 7 months.
That's about.
True moved to Jamaica, Queens, and Michael stayed. I don't really know what else to say after that. It takes like 9 bridges to get to Far Rockaway. Has anyone ever been there? That shit is like remote. It's worse than, where's the Staten Island guy? He left already? Scrounging with $13 worth of quarters to get over that toll. Okay, so, born and raised in Queens. She self-published her first book of poems entitled Where Do I Begin in 2005. She's a founding member and the only woman of the popular spoken word poetry group El Grito de Poetas. I just needed to pause for that for a second. True's mission is to tell the world the stories of the desolate and unwanted, no matter how vivid and full of pain, so that they will never be forgotten. That shit is the greatest sentence I've ever seen in a bio. Put your hands together for True.
Y'all fixed this, right?
Yeah.
Nice. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
So this is interesting. It's been that kind of evening. Right. So right. So I've been doing this thing called growing up lately, and shit, and kind of sucks, but you gotta do it at some point. So I've had several, I've been doing this for a long time, so I have several people that come to me and ask me to write about certain things, and I usually say no, because they're hard to write about. But I took it upon myself to actually start doing that. So this first piece I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it first because, you know, I'm not 21 anymore and I forget shit. So we're gonna try to do this early, and hopefully it all works out, right? Right. He said that if anything should ever happen, I could come to him. And I did. When my mother's screams would become so loud, I would literally have to hold my head. I would slip out of my bedroom window to him. I guess that's where the confusion began. He asked me if I had ever watched Alice in Wonderland. At some point, he quietly held my hand, and I began to wonder if this is what all those girls felt like when they hung out with their dads. Damn. If only I knew now what I knew back then. An inkling of innocence, an abundance of ignorance would allow me to believe that his hands on my stomach was really him checking me for a bellyache. That his hands cupped over my breast was him merely measuring the rise and fall of my chest. If only I knew that now. Perhaps I could smile through it all and enjoy being touched with love and kindness. I could remember that all fathers kissed their daughters, and even if he wasn't mine, he was the closest I had. But his hands, I was certain, shouldn't go there. Should not be in my underwear. Why was he pulling on my hair? That was the last time I ever daydreamed. I remember it so vividly. There I was, Alice. But my wonderland had been laid to waste. Every plant was now potted, every tree had been contained. My wilderness had been tamed. And I remember running through the muddy waters with muddy waters playing loudly, echoing my screams. My white dress soaked red, but there was no queen. Just roses dripping blood having cut themselves free to climb vines and mourn over their lost trees. Without their shade, the light became blinding. And I awoke momentarily to him choking me. And then I was down on my knees. Alice scrambling through the rabbit hole, attempting to bite through the grass curtain, but the roots just kept growing. I could taste their seed. And then the darkness took me. I don't let things go dark now. I cherish every moment of light. And when I close my eyes, I make sure it's with a candle burning. I can't let the darkness get to me again. It took too long for my eyes to readjust. I woke up. A raindrop tempered in the cold to be transformed into crystal, only to fall from heaven and find myself fallen puddled in his living room floor. Chicago blues poured from underneath his bedroom door. If only I knew now what I knew back then, that the fresh air would help, that the bruises would go away, that the warm shower and soap would clean me, that the hot water and detergent would clean me, that the boiling water and bleach would clean me, that I could sleep it all away. Maybe I should have told. Maybe if I had confessed my nightmare, I wouldn't make so much noise when I walk. In my whispers, there are a million revolutions. All the things I should have done have a voice. I chose to silence them all. Burn them in the spring. Set aside any misgivings that anything ever happened to me. Pretending to know now what I knew back then. That this is just a moment, and that at any moment, my real life will resume again. I work with a lot of teenagers and grown women who go through a lot. And I worry about telling those stories because I hate to misrepresent them. So I hope to do that. I did that justice, definitely. Words! Hi. How you doing?
Good.
That's my brother, Words. We're in this little group and stuff. You know, been together 7 years and shit. Other groups come up, they go. We're still here.